Hey guys, kind of a weird one today. I live really close to the US border where I am here in Kelowna, BC. And what happens with the American lotteries, if you're not aware, is their jackpots will sometimes grow to just ridiculous astronomical numbers. Right now, one of their lotteries, I think it's the Powerball or something. There's Powerball and then there's Mega Millions. Um, and one of them, I can't remember which one, is up to, a billion Canadian dollars or something right now. So, and Canadians are allowed to play the US lotteries. I've looked into this in way too much detail. So, tentatively, the mission today on this gorgeous Sunday is to head down to one of the US border points and cross and get a couple lottery tickets and then come back into Canada with potentially $1 billion in winning ticket in my wallet. That's the plan tentatively. We'll see if it actually ends up happening. Try this one more time. Forgot my passport, so now we're off. Final stretch on this epic lottery ticket road trip. It's kind of a weird one. I haven't crossed the US border since COVID, so I haven't left Canada since the COVID restrictions were imposed. So this is a little more significant for me than other times because it is quite common for people that live in this area to cross the US border because there are so many chances to do so. See that cloud right there? That one there? That cloud hasn't moved in 30 minutes. And if you look at it through gag Elvis sunglasses that have polarization, the color of the cloud coming off of it, the light comes through in different ways than all the other ones that are white. These ones here, which actually move. That one doesn't move. Who knows? Let's go across the US border and buy some tickets. The Canadian value of these tickets, by the way, so you don't think I'm utterly, completely nuts, it's 810 million Canadian dollars for this lottery. So part of the motivation. There's also incredible scenery that I'm going to capture on the way back, but I wanted to get down here and get across the border before too much time elapsed. Let's go do that. Oroville is the border town right across from Osoyoos, British Columbia, where I am right now. One quick mention, as I've heard of this being an issue for some people, if you're near the US border and about to cross over, if you are aware of how to, and it's not a big deal, turn the roaming data thing off on your cell phone, because I've heard of people that have not done so, and if they end up close to the US border or crossing the border like I'm going to, they get dinged a bunch of charges that are completely unnecessary if you're just doing a there and back thing like I'm doing. So turn off roaming if you're going to do one of these things, I've heard anyway, because you end up getting charged unnecessarily. And just like that, we're in the United States of America. This is Oroville, just up this way. Up there on the right, there's a little spot called the Super Duper. I'm going to stop in there and get my $810 million Canadian lottery tickets. And weirdly nervous coming across the border. Don't know why. It's been a long time since I have. It's not like I'm anything gangster or anything, so not an issue. Let's go buy this ticket and we'll see what's going on in Oroville. I didn't buy health insurance, I just realized, so we're going to be really cautious while we're doing this. Easy as that. Seriously, 50 meters from the border. Actually, you can probably see it. There's the border right there. 50 meters from there is this place called Super Duper. Pop in here, get my tickies, turn around, we're back in Canada. Doesn't feel any different being here in the US today. Mission accomplished. Tickets on combined, it's probably like 850 or 900 million Canadian dollars, these tickets. I didn't know what I was doing inside. And again, I'm at the Super Duper right across the border. You can actually see the border right there. That's the border. I'm gonna go back now. Can't think of much else I need to do in this area immediately anyway. So that's all good. A lot of really nice scenery on the way back. Let's stop and take a more leisurely pace going back and take in some of the scenery. But to start heading back to Canada, it feels really good to say that. I'm now heading back to Canada. I find when you're going through these international borders, if they ask you a question, you always respond with, "Why are you so anxious to know what I have in my trunk?" Or "Why are you so anxious to know how long I was in the US?" They love that stuff. So let's go cross an international border a second time and leave America and get home to Canada. This whole thing, if I wasn't doing YouTube, I could probably do this whole thing there and back in 10 minutes through the US border and back home in Canada in 10 minutes. It's kind of incredible that way. And just like that, we're back, baby. I'm back in Canada on British Columbia soil. There's the border right there. Whole thing, maybe a 10-minute thing. Red Betty, looking sharp. Back to the vineyards of Osoyoos. One other pointer, guys, if you're coming to Osoyoos to visit wine country, as incredible as it is, find out if they've been spraying recently in whatever area you intend to stay, because if they do spray, it can be really rough with the pesticides. Anyway, border run to America to buy a couple lottery tickets. 10-minute thing. Just waiting for the truck to go by. I picked up a couple of high-powered rifles, 3, I think, handguns. Nothing. Let's carry on that way and enjoy some better scenery before this truck ruins this shot. Back in the beautiful Canadian border town of Osoyoos. I stop in the Petro-Can here quite often. Part of the ritual is I buy a sticker for a sticker collection that I have. A little odd, but I collect stickers. I put them in a journal that I keep on every second page or so. So it kind of adds to the creative that's going on with the journal. And it's the only collection I've ever had in my life. So I need to clarify something before I forget. The last clip, I did a little bit about buying a high-powered rifle, and I couldn't remember how many handguns, 3, maybe 4, whatever. Social media gods can be a strange group. I was joking in that bit. I didn't buy any guns in America when I was going over there to buy lottery tickets. I bought a couple of lottery tickets and got a subscriber from the guy in the Super Duper over there, which was really nice. So joking about the guns, nothing against guns. I don't own them, but I do see the appeal, certainly. It's not my thing. Now, lighter fare. Today's Sunday, the time of shooting, as they say. As in video shooting, not whatever. I allow myself what I call a cheat day on Sunday. Basically, whatever you want. Anything. Weirdly, I never feel like cheating, though, on the Sunday. Today, I'm going to indulge with a can of mug root beer. Let's listen. Oh, yeah. That's the stuff right there. And I'll probably go to Dairy Queen and eat some kind of junk food or something. As my cheat day extravaganza continues. Lots of nice scenery on the way home. Let's see if we can capture a bunch of it. From the shores of the lovely lake in Osoyoos, back in Canada again, British Columbia. And I gotta tell you, it feels good when you come home to somewhere looks like this. It certainly feels good to get home, even though it was a 10-minute trip abroad. Literally, I was probably gone 15 minutes total. I was probably outside of Canadian soil for 15 minutes. And it does feel good to be back. I'm in Osoyoos, BC, as mentioned. We've been here on a number of occasions before, and there's a reason we keep coming down here. Have a look at this place. So there's this lake here, where you can go boating and canoeing and swimming on whatever you care to. And then that comes over this central bridge right in the middle of Osoyoos right here. And in you go there, and there's another huge lake that opens up on the other side. Incredible spot. This is a beautiful little town.